Here we are. Route B. The canonical route, I think. Get to it. Oh man, oh man. Oh man. You kicked someone's derriere at that impromptu trial yesterday. Those rebels were all like, we're executing this punk mob justice. Rah, 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 rah. But you were all like, this isn't how we do things in France, chicken pluckers. And then they're all like, Harrison, let's get serious for a moment. Serious? You just pulled off the craziest lawyering in a move in the history of French law. We should be celebrating. It wasn't even a real trial, Sparrowson. Don't pull out the champagne just yet. Don't you see the anger in the rebels' eyes? Don't you feel the tension in the air? We're just days away from violence breaking out into the streets. Yeah, I guess another revolution might be around the corner. What exactly do? We already told the police everything we know. Unless you're not thinking of arming yourself to the teeth and fighting the rebel force yourself, are you? What? No. You watch far too many action operas. I was thinking of preparing a legal case. Case? For whom? At their core, all historical revolutionaries central on trials. The nation's rulers are tried and held accountable for their crimes. Yeah, bullshit trial, but you saw the horrendous trial that took place last night. Nobody cares about due process when emotions are running high. Yeah. Regardless of the outcome of the revolution, we need to make sure that everybody has an equal opportunity for justice. Now, it's funny because in the Route A, I believe, where we don't even try to help Cocorico, we just let him get shot. Falcon's like, justice isn't real. And then he goes all V for Vendetta on everyone, goes and kills the cat from the first case, blows it up, actually kills her, then blows the whole mansion up, and then falls off a roof and dies. Actually, not really, no, they don't. They fall off a roof, survive. I mean, they should because they're a bird. And yeah, Sparrowson also kind of let him get actually he let the lion get away because we went to court because Sparrowson was a fill-in prosecutor, and then basically that the lion get away, Bumore, whatever her name is, even though we know 100% that she killed Cocorico, we witnessed it as Sparrowson. Yeah, that felt like kind of like the acid trip ending. The other one, the very first ending we did, felt more real than that one did. But yeah, regardless of the outcome, we need to make sure that everybody has an equal opportunity for justice. That makes sense. So what's the plan? We head to Cornell's Tavern and hand out some business cards? Think bigger. Who are the rebels' target? The king? Exactly. A Palais de Royal! Iglate. I don't know what that means. Falcon and Sparrowson rush to the Palais Royal to arrange a private audience with the king. After, filling in a pile of forms, the two are led to a waiting area. Oh, this mofo. In the first ending, he more or less started everything because he freaked out and he made the cannons go off. Are you here to see the king? That's right. Okay, take a number and wait to be called. Take a number? Yup, just wait your turn. Who's this? More fools who have come to see the king. Let me guess. Lawyers. That's right. How did you... Hey, I know you. You're the prime minister. Guzot? Maybe it's Guzot? Oh wow, you're right, Sparrowson. It's an honor to meet you, Prime Minister. Spare the formalities. You two are here to offer the king legal aid, aren't you? Yup, we're going to offer him assistance for the upcoming rebellion. Let me give you a word of advice. Don't bother. Excuse me? The king doesn't take kindly to any form of criticism. He buries his head so far in the sand that one could swear he is an ostrich. One would think that 7 assassination attempts would be enough for a man to learn he is detested. Well, with all due respect, Prime Minister, I think the King of France is mature enough not to let his ego get in the way of his senses. So one would think. 24. That's us. It's a pleasure meeting you. Good luck, you'll need it. Huh. 24, calling number 24. Hey. Good day, Your Majesty. Louis Philippe is a real king of France, I believe, at this time. Good day. Can I help you with something? I should probably have prepared a speech beforehand. That would have been smart, huh? Just wing it. Alright, let's see how to start. Oh, great pious ruler, does it matter what we say? I do not think so. Okay, it does not matter, I think. Your Majesty, actually, maybe I should have picked the first one. What I'm about to say is of utmost importance. Please listen closely. Okay, I'm listening. Does he have like an egg? Or a globe shaped like an egg? Shit's about to go down. There's a storm on the horizon. Honey, you got a big storm coming. Yeah, there's a storm coming. Rebels are plotting your downfall, and many believe there is a serious uprising is imminent. Imminent, you say? Well, goodness.
Honey,
we offer
you've got
your
a
aid.
big storm coming.
We are sure that such a pitiful revolt will blow over in no time at all. Nonetheless, we'd like to humbly offer our aid as lawyers. We may be of great use to the throne in this troublesome time. Think I understand. You do? I understand that you're a pair of con artists attempting to screw a self-made bougie out of his hard-earned cash. You have some nerve to even imply that my people hate me. I am the Citizen King. I am beloved by all. Love kings tend to experience fewer assassination attempts. Beck, have these two crooks thrown in jail. Maybe that will teach them a thing or two about RESPCT. Right by Your Majesty. That can't be serious. What? Oh, we're in jail. Oh, he was serious. Well, there's a never fine mess you've gotten me into. And no need for attitude, Sparrowson. We won't be in here for long. Once we receive a court hearing, the judge will no doubt dismiss our charges instantly. How long will it take for us to get a court hearing? Tell me that. Was our smarty pants? A week or so, I'm guessing? I can see why that might be a problem. The revolution can be in full swing by then. What to do, what to do. We could try escaping. Don't be ridiculous. Nobody's ever escaped from that before. Ah, but nobody has ever locked the genius Sparrowson and his witty lackey Falcon into the same jail cell before. That's an absurd suggestion. Got any better ideas? Okay, let's break out of prison. Fantastic. Time to break out. Fireplace. It's been bricked up, so escaping up the chimney isn't an option. A bit of scrap metal in this hole. I think it broke off from an iron shackle. We dig through the stone walls with this. See, it's all scratchy. It might actually work if we had a decade or two. So that's a maybe on the stone digging scheme. Well, keep it in mind just in case the king decides to go Count de Monte Cristo on us. The ledge, give me a leg up, and I can grab on and shimmy my way over somewhere. Let's be honest, Sparrowson, neither of us have the physical prowess to shimmy anywhere. Look, Falcon, a loose brick. We wait for a guard to transfer up to someplace. Wait, we transfer up to someplace, sneak up behind him, and then we get a death sentence for murder. I think not. Let's search a little harder. There's a little dent here. One of us could hide. Hide? What would that accomplish? Well, the guard will eventually come in and be like, where's the other prisoner? And then you could use a momentary confusion to push him over and escape. Do you really think an experienced guard would be confused by a prisoner hiding in a little hole in the wall? We can do better. Can't see my mouse cursor, but I'm kind of hovering everywhere. I don't know. I'm a little confused here. Okay, apparently, yeah. Apparently nothing here. I give up. So soon? Yes, trying to escape from a notoriously inescapable prison wasn't the smartest plan we ever devised. Well, well, well. That voice, that condescending tone. Is it Cocorico? It is! Oh my god, he's alive. Just what are you two bird brains doing? Are you alright? Yes, I'm fine. The injuries I sustained are mostly superficial. The doctor advised me not to do anything strenuous at any time soon, but he gave the all clear for returning to my job. So tell me, why'd I get a memo informing me that JJ, Falcon, and Sparrowson were being held in the concierge for treason? It's all Falcon's fault! Naturally. I figured that if a revolution is inevitable, then we should do our best to ensure that the uprising proceeds in an organized manner. The less bloodshed, the better. Okay, so what did you do? We offered the king our assistance. We said that we should defend him in court, and if and when such a need arises. Well, we didn't quite use those words. Then the first time the king had someone in prison for something so pointless. What a pig-headed fool. Consider your charges dropped. Alright, let's get out of here. Hold on, you caught my interest with this idea of yours, a bloodless revolution. You're absolutely right. If the king is captured, the citizens will devolve into unruly mobs of animals. True. We should prepare a formal trial. No, we should preempt it. You're gonna help us? Of course, this isn't a task to be handled by two birds alone. What do you mean by preempt, Southern? We go on the offensive. Charge the king with crimes against the French people before the rebels even act. We can do that? We can certainly try. I'll start building a case against the king. My arguments will be focused on the king's gluttonous and irreverent fiscal policies, his lack of commitment to his socio-political policies, his overall ineptitude and responsibility on the facets of his duties as a monarchical royal ruler. Sounds familiar, former president, and obviously his denial of universal suffrage. Obviously. How am I supposed to defend the king from all that? You can't. If you try to argue with logic and facts, this hypothetical trial will inevitably result in a landslide guilty verdict. So I suggest that you take a different approach. Appeal to the king's character. Try to win people's hearts with tales of the beloved king. He has been called the Citizen King for 10 years. Citizen Kane. Just a suggestion. Consider this. You don't need to win the case. You just need to make a strong enough argument that the trial is fair. All that remains is assuring that the king can be peacefully brought to the courthouse when the protests start to turn violent. It's a job for the police and royal guard. I'll inform the inspector already of our plans so that you can prepare accordingly. Oh goodness. The man that set you up. I feel like Cocorico should know at this point that, oh yeah, Bill already set me up. At least I would if I could find him. Oh, he's gone. Apparently he's taken an informal leave of absence since Wednesday. Oh, his guilt got to him. That or he's just dipping. Hold on, Falcon. One thing eludes me. As you probably figured, Inspector already... You thought that you were the Viridian killer, crazy it sounds. Well, I'm sorry for doing that. It's quite invasive of me, but I couldn't help but wonder. Why did you change your name around 1830? Because I was ashamed, I suppose. I had a family name to live up to. My grandfather was something of a successful lawyer. So when I turned up to my classes at law school, people would gawp at me. They'd say, wow, you have big shoes to fill, and your grandfather would be so proud. But I was a terrible law student, Minotaur at best. I knew that deep down I would never be half the man my grandfather was. Fascinating. I had no idea who was your grandfather, if you don't mind me asking. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, he was just another overly opinionated rebel who died in the old revolution. I see. Well, let's not dilly-dally any longer. We have duties to carry out. Right. We're going to find antidotes, and we're going to defend the king, whether he likes it or not. Okay, investigation time. Sort of. Actually, we're not investigating, but we're building up a trial. So today is February 11th. We need to go to all these places, but we're going to start with the halls. Time for some shopping? Maybe later. For now, we need to find people who've spoken to the king. Been known to pass through the halls on occasions, if we're lucky. Hey, Monsieur, is this us, remember? I'm not going to give him that voice. Remember, are you keeping well, madame? Absolutely. Never been better, so what can I sell you today? Information. Looking for positive stories about the king. I don't suppose you have any. The king? No. I haven't got nothing to say about the king. The king's, smelly egg thief. Oh, that was an egg, huh? Quiet, child. You know what they say about the king having spies everywhere? I think she had kind of like a wench type of, like an old British wench voice. Spies, calm down, Sparrowson. The rumors of the king having elaborate spy networks are patently untrue. And how do you explain the shutdown banquets, huh? The government's clamping down on anyone who dissents, you know. Let's get this conversation back on track. Can you tell us why the king's a smelly egg thief? My name's not... Oh. Nothing you need to concern yourselves with. Please go on. Don't worry, we aren't spies, at least I don't think we are. I know, I trust you guys. See, a couple years ago, we were running a shop, antiques, odds, and shit. And we had an egg. It was a golden egg, super precious. We must have bought that thing for 200 francs. It's easily worth 10 times that. We're planning on making a nice tidy sum from it. I see, an investment egg. Oh, I get it. Nice joke. Well, one day we were visited by the king, no less, and King Lou Phil chose an interest in our egg. So we're thinking this would be our chance to make bank, right? But then the geezer just goes and waddles off with it. Without paying you? Oh yeah, he paid us alright. What is this? The coin one of the king guards flipped our way. It isn't even French! Ah, I think this is British. One of those crazy imperial unit coins from a crazy old imperial country. Oh goodness, that's... Oh god, that's pretty funny. I have no idea what the British-French exchange rate is, but we can buy this off you, right, madame? Put your wallet away and keep it. It's worthless to me. British money has been added to your evidence folder. Losing the egg bankrupt us. It put us onto the streets. Now we bounce back. We're better than ever. Excellent to hear. Anyway, must take our leave. You've been a huge help. We're going to kick that king's butt and get your egg back. Hold on, we're supposed to be the defense. Oh, goodness. Nest egg, that's a good joke. I did not see that one coming. Okay. Next, we go to... Found the Arts. Kingsley, we need your help. Finally, it's about time someone around here appreciated my skills. Your fishing skills, right? The term is angling, wise guy. Ah, sorry. It's nothing to do with fishing. Let me cut the preamble. We're looking for people who have positive stories about the king. Would you happen to have any? Stories, huh? I came to the right guy. I have a whale of a story for you. So the other day I was fishing and I caught this monster of a catfish. It was 2 meters long, easily. Here we go. I caught a fish and it was this big. Oh sure, I drag a 90-kilogram falcon out of the water and everyone buys it. But I claim to catch one big fish and suddenly everyone's skeptic. Please continue your story, Kingly. Alright, so anyway, the king of all people happens to be walking by and his entourage. And they all clapped and cheered and came over to see the fish. And then the king says, I'm hungry, let's cook this fellow up. And then he just walks off my fish. Can you believe that? Yes, I can believe that. I can't believe it. Sounds like something a royal penguin would do. Did you at least get paid for your fish? Oh yes, one of the royal guards was nice enough to flip me 1 franc my way. 1 franc! You may as well just flip the bird. No offense. Ahaha! So the king supports the local fishing industry. I'm writing this down. I have no idea if this story would be of any use to us, but we appreciate your time. Good day to you. Bye. Bye. Don't give me a fisherman. I am a man who fishes, not a fisherman. Next, we go to the Bibliothek, whatever it's called. No, person, be gone. Be gone, bot in the chat, be gone. Get away. This actually kind of looks like a legitimate account, but um, must have been hacked or something because it kind of looked like a legitimate account. Anyways, okay, here we go. Nathan never lets us down for useful information. I'm sure he got something interesting and pleasant to say about the king. Thank you for doing that, Ghost. Okay. Perhaps you will surprise me today and actually take out a damn book. Nope, just the usual today, an endless stream of questions. You need an encyclopedia? Well, go on then. Ask whatever dribble you want to ask. Okay, we need to ask him about, is he a good leader? From your well-educated standpoint, is the king a good leader as far as leaders go? Well, I can't fault the king's pro-business spirit, but the industry leaders love him. Well, that sounds promising. Of course, this comes from the expense of everyone who isn't a bougie. The wealth divide is stronger than ever. Maybe not. You can forget about socially progressive policies. The king signs off on all of Guizot's backward-thinking policies. So, so they're Guizot's policies, even though Guizot was talking shit about the king. That's interesting. And of course, in terms of leadership and charisma, the king is about as personable as a rotten pear. I'll do a simple no. Would have sufficed. Oops, one sec. Okay. Have you ever met the king? I don't know if this is important. I have, as a matter of fact. He occasionally drops by the library to check out books. Unlike some people, there are books to see check out. Big books. I believe the last one he checked was An Expansive History of the Macedonian Empire. I had no idea His Majesty was interested in academic history. I'll take a note that King Louis is a well-read and intelligent man. It must be said that the books are usually returned with footprints on the covers. This leads me to believe the king may use them to stand during speeches. Oh god. We'll just leave that part out. Okay, so that was important. That was added to the evidence. I look forward to your next round of idiotic questions. I really do. Aw, he actually likes us. Alley de los Studios. One sec. Okay. Excuse me, Judge Maxime. Oh, hello, Falcon. Nice work on the catacombs business. Word has really spread about your impromptu lawyering skills. Really? I'm gaining a reputation. Hey, I helped too. Of course you did. Robinson? Sparrowson. Right, Sparrington. Judge Maxime, I don't suppose the Cocorico's filled you in on what we've been working on since then? No, he hasn't. How to put this? What should we say? We're playing a Trilosaurus? Didn't inform me a case against, the king. Right, and, we want you to educate. A trial against the king? Interesting. What are his exact charges? I'm not sure, to be perfectly honest. It seemed like this is more like Severance territory. Huh. If you're not even sure about that, then I don't think you're quite prepared for this trial. Maybe you should leave this to lawyers who have a little more experience? I see. Well, thank you anyway. What about the judge? It doesn't matter. Let's focus on building a solid defense. Maybe we can even hold a trial without any judges at all. Just like Cocorico, me, and... Wait. Just Cocorico, me, and the king in the middle. Strange, Falcon. You're like your grandfather, and yet you're nothing like him. Wait, you knew my grandfather? Well, I wouldn't say knew. I was just a teenager when he was causing havoc in the courtrooms. But of course, I am familiar with his work. Falcon, I find your career choice peculiar. Your grandfather worked hard to prosecute King Louis XVI, and yet, here you are, rigorously working to defend your own king. Just like him, you would make an excellent prosecutor, so why did you choose the rocky path of a private defender? Oh, it doesn't matter. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe I just wanted to take myself out of my grandfather's shadow. I want to carve my own path as a lawyer. I don't want to be a poor imitation of an old hero. Quite understandable. I'll just look at the time. I'm due back to the courtroom. But before I go, let me say that I would be happy to advocate your trial, Falcon. Really? That's fantastic. Thank you, Your Honor. No, it's no trouble. Show me what that grandson of Maximilian Robespierre is capable of. I feel like that last name was heard before. I don't remember where or when. Like the first trial? I'm not sure. Just a dodo I wanted to see. Madam Quail, quick question. Have you ever served the King of France? Ha 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 ha! Good one, hon. That's hilarious. Heh, me. Serving the king. Me! Would you like some wine, Your Majesty? Tee hee. I can't wait to serve the King of Denmark. Ha! I think that was a no. And I think you might be right. Okay, I'm probably gonna go to the drinking room, right? Yeah. Well, already. He's here. He's drunk. Oh no, we're gonna get answers out of him because he's drunk. Hello, Inspector. Falcon J. Oh, Falcon. Oh god, I'm not gonna do that. I think I made a mistake. I'll say, do I see 2 empty bottles of Russian vodka? It's a mystery how you're still standing. No, listen, this is important. Inspector, maybe we should have this conversation when you're a little more sober. No, Falcon, listen. Falcon, I thought you were the killer. The what? The Brilliant killer. The man, the mystery who injured me in the Jua Revolution. You thought I was a Brilliant killer? How did you even come to that conclusion? Oh god. I saw that you changed your name around 30 billion years ago, and you made an assumption. Wait, is that why you gave Severn a tip-off? Were you trying to lure the animal in me out or something? Well, in a different timeline, we did. I'm sorry, Falcon. I was a mistake. Oh, it was. Do you forgive me? Sure, whatever. Yeah, sure. I forgive you for assuming that I'm a mass murderer and for nearly killing me and Severn in order to prove it. All thank you, Falcon. Now listen closely, Inspector. I have a favor to ask you. A favor for you, JJ? Anything. Maybe you should wait until the Inspector's a little more coherent. No! I want to help. I must pay the debt. Excellent. So Severn and I are playing a very big case against the King of France. We intend on trying him before the rebels can get their hands on him. When the rebellion starts, we'd like you to bring the king to the courthouse. You think you can do that, Inspector? Treason! Your sympathizers are a rebel cause. This isn't treason, Inspector. We're ensuring the safest outcome to the inevitable revolution. You are treason. Yes, you're scum. Told you, incoherent. Yeah, I guess you're right. Well, Inspector, maybe you can contact us if you change your mind and once you sobered up. Okay. Well, that wasn't productive. Okay, we can leave. Hit the dusty trail. Arnhem Associates. Okay. Visitor, Volp's visitors. Oh, if it isn't Falcon and Sparrison. How may I help you two today? You're doing very well, but we don't have much time, so let me cut to the chase. We're collecting positive anecdotes about the king. Would you happen to have any? Positive anecdotes? How curious. As it happens, I met the king twice. Once, as you know, I met him in my Juan Corredo persona. Oh right, of course. I don't think that story will be of any use. What's the other incident? I can tell you, but there is a price. A fox has to eat. Fine. How much do you want? 40 francs sound good? 10,000? That's a bit much. I don't have that kind of money. No matter, I'm sure you'll think of some way of repaying the debt. Between that and my medical bills, we should really afford basic things like food by the year. 4,000? Wait, what? Be able to afford. But I don't know why that sentence threw me off. Okay, let's not worry about the debt for now. Let me tell you the story. It was several years ago, 1841, I believe. I was lingering around the Ile de la Cité. I was in the pursuit of an investigative lead, so I adopted the persona and outfit of a sickly beggar. That's when I approached by a kind-faced man. It was the king himself. He took a 20-franc coin out of his pocket. The king gave money to a sick beggar, or at least someone who looked like a sick beggar. Great, we can use that. I'm not done. The king took the coin and said, I know what it looks like to be poor, or I know what it's like to be poor. When I was your age, I only had 1,000 of these to my name. Then he pocketed the coin and left. Oh my god. Isn't this Louis Philippe? Isn't that a real king of France? I guess you would call him a real king, but during like the Bourbon Rebellion or whatever. Seems like they're shitting on him real hard if he is. I don't know, maybe he was a piece of shit. I don't know enough about most of France's kings aside from Louis XIV and Louis XVI. I'll make a note to give financial advice to the poor and needy. I hope the antidote was no use to you. It might be, but I don't feel like we got 10,000 francs worth of material. I see, no matter. Just keep that in mind if you ever see a potential client. We will have a pleasant day. Well, well, well. Oops, hold up. I just dropped something. I'm not gonna try looking for that. Okay. I think this is the start of the trial, by the looks of it. We're heading towards the start. Well, let's get to it. Strike a pose, there's nothing to it. What's the plan for today? Hitting the Louvre, checking out the halls, maybe? Actually, I was thinking... How rude. Only teach you to knock. No time for bickering, JJ. It's time. Time for what? The trial, you idiot. Already? A large protest has started to form in the Place de la Concorde. No doubt it will turn into an unruly mob before long. One sec. Okay. Oh. Okay. The spirit of revolution is in the air. We must act now. It's going to start the necessary preparations at the courthouse, so I need you to get the king from the Palais de Royal. You want me to drive the king to the courthouse? I'm not even sure I could drag him from his chair. Use diplomacy, you dolt. I'm sure you'll think of something. Right, come along, Sparrowson. We have to defend the king. I know that said the king to defend. Yeah. Falcon and Sparrowson rush across the city. Scores of angry eyes watch the pair's every movement. Bocarico is right. The spirit of revolution is in the air. Outside of the Palais de Royal, the crowd has started to form. The royal guards watch in nervous anticipation. 3,600 and... What? Save it. We're number one. You again. Shouldn't you be in jail? There's no time for that nonsense. Your Majesty, we need you to come with us. Why? Wait a minute. Let me make sure I said the right thing here. Rebels outside? There's a group of bloodthirsty rebels outside who wish to tear you limb from limb. Come with me and I might be able to get you to safety. Very funny, but I know that there's no possible way that my own citizens could hate me. Perhaps you would like another visit to the concierge? That won't be necessary, beloved king. I think we need to try a different tactic. Does it matter? There's a trial. Why don't you say so? I love trials. Oh, I need to give a testimony. Please say so. As a matter of fact, Your Majesty, yes, I think you will need to give a testimony. Oh, goody, 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 goody. What are you waiting for? Let's go. Oh, that was easy. Okay, I think this is the start of the trial. Anyone spot us? me check something real quick. Okay. Shit, do I want to cut the video here? I don't know. Whatever. I think I'm going to cut the video here because I feel like I might be able to do it in one more video. So yeah, in the next video, 100% this time will be the last video. So see you then, everyone. Bye.